Okay, welcome. Today I am going to make a mirror cookie called a Luxembourg. It's got coconut, shortbread, charcoal, almond, macaroon, pastry cream, and some raspberry jelly. So first thing we're going to do is we've got some butter that I've had out to get the room temperature. We're going to cream this in our mixer with the paddle attachment until it's nice and smooth. The key, very important to make sure your butter is room temperature, otherwise it just will not cream, it will remain chunky, and you will have a difficult time getting the sugar and the other ingredients mixed properly. Why we're doing creaming the butter is that when the flour is mixed with the butter, the fats attach to the flour and it reduces the amount of gluten that's formed. So it's not going to be a chewy cookie, it's going to be a crisp cookie. I think this cookie would be a nice, if you were doing a tea or something like that, it would be a nice cookie for that. It's very sweet. Really taste the coconut and the almond in it. The next ingredient we're going to add is powdered sugar. I'm sifting the powdered sugar because we do not want the chunks incorporated into your sugar. Okay, after you're done sifting your flour or your sugar, turn your mixer off, scrape down the sides real quick. When you pour the sugar in, it'll incorporate evenly. Turn your mixer on low. Turn it up a little bit. Incorporate it a little quicker. While that's mixing, we'll sift our flour. I'm using all-purpose flour. You want to use a little bit, one of the stronger flours, either bread flour or all-purpose, just because of the way it's mixed. Needs that strength to hold together. Okay, it's mixing. Turn it down again. Give another scrape. A little bit of our egg. I have one egg here. I just broke it up so that it would add part of it evenly. And the rest of our egg. Salt. Macaroon coconut. And macaroon coconut is coconut, it's just a little bit finely ground than your traditional coconut. Add that. Let that mix for a minute. Give it a scrape again. You always need to make sure you scrape the sides, that way you get all those ingredients that are stuck there incorporated properly. It'll be a nice even mix of all the ingredients. Just another minute. As I mentioned earlier, this is called a mirror cookie. From a little bit of research I did, the only thing I could find that makes sense is that there's different shapes of these cookies, and one of them is a round. I'm not going to make that today, but you can make a round cookie with the almond cream on the outside, and you fill it with the jelly. believe that's why it's called here. This is mixed together nice. Let's turn it down low, and then we'll add our flour. We just want this to incorporate, or just mix until it's incorporated. We don't want to mix it too much, otherwise the dough will be tough. It'll take a minute to get everything mixed together nicely. I get a one pass scrape down. After it's mixed, we're going to wrap it in some plastic, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator for at least an hour. What that'll do is that'll firm up the butter, make it a little bit easier to roll out. This is different than from pie dough. Pie dough. Because we cream the butter, the dough won't be flaky like you would on pie dough. It's going to, like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be crispy. So we got that. Put it in the refrigerator. While that's cooling down, we make our swollen macaroon paste. Pretty simple paste. It just has 3 ingredients. We have sugar, egg white, and almond paste. And this comes in a can, pre-made. Pretty easy ingredients to use. Just throw that in the mixer real quick and kind of break it up in smaller chunks before I incorporate my sugar.
What would happen if I threw the sugar in right now? Would it?
Pardon me?
What would happen if I threw the sugar in right now?
I just tried to get some smaller chunks so we could incorporate maybe a little bit quicker. I don't know if that was just something I did. I don't think tell me to do that. The almond paste, it doesn't get softer. It sets out. It comes in a sealed can, like a soup can. I don't know if you've worked it a little bit. It would be a little more pliable. We add the sugar, turn it down, and then again, I just have some egg whites. I'm going to add about a third. Mix that. Let that liquid incorporate. That liquid relaxes, the almond paste starts to break down. It becomes more of a paste. It doesn't scrape. Can't stress enough scraping the bowl down periodically. Make sure all your ingredients are incorporated together nicely. Mix for another second. Side, off the bench, go back out, roll this up. Now, this recipe, cookies are long and narrow, they're not round. So what I did is I got a piece of cardboard and I made a full pattern. That's a 2x12 pattern. Is we'll roll this out.
Is it flour or powdered sugar?
This is flour. Just trying to help it keep from sticking on the table. Oops. Always help your roller as well. Would be much easier if this had more time in the refrigerator. I want it to be about 3/16 of an inch or so. You don't want it real thin. What I use to cut it is just a simple pizza cutter. Make it easy. Preheated by oven to 3 or to 400 already. What we're going to do is we're going to put these in the oven and let them bake partway until they're like a pale blonde color. We don't want to cook them all the way through because we still need to add the almond cream and the jam. So we'll stick these in the oven. Approximately 8 minutes or so, and what we'll have is this. So either just start brown on the edges, but they're not cooked completely through. To this point, we're going to get out a bag of almond macaroon paste. We're going to make 3 lines, one on each side, and then one down the middle. And then we're going to cap the ends. And what this is going to do is going to create little wells for the jam to stay in. So I just have a star tip on this with an extra flare. Both sides first, that way I can kind of find the middle with the third line.
All the way to the edge.
All the way to the edge, yep. And we'll cap both ends. One down. One in the middle I make a little bit thinner, that way I can get more raspberry jam in there. Some raspberry jam, I put it in a pastry bag as well. You can use other preserves. I mentioned red currant, probably like orange marmalade or something like that would probably work.
That's just store-bought jam.
That's just store-bought jam. Yes. Like I said, we just kind of flood these two little grooves with the jam.
Very pretty. We'll put these back in the oven again. Want to get that the almond cream to kind of brown just a little bit, probably another 8 minutes or so. Here's the finished product. What I'll do is get the cutting board here. Slide this over on the cutting board, and then we'll cut them into. It's up to you on the size. Probably like 1 inch, 1.5 inches at the most.